So hey guys, it's me, Mo, again, back in again with another video. So today we're not exactly going to be playing anything or really talk about the game itself. I'm going to be ranking my, I'm going to be ranking all the maps in Call of War. Now, before I do this, I need to clarify some things. Now, there's been, in the history of Call of War, there's been a ton of maps. But lots of these maps are just been special maps that have only came in for a week or so as part of a special event, like lots of speed round maps. So yeah. So we're only going to be using 7 maps for this. So 7 kind of base maps you can always really get. And those will be Europe Clash of Nations, um, Europe Road to War, 1936 of Blitzkrieg, 1936 Historic World War, Pacific Conquest, America Homefront, and World at War. So yeah, I know there's also Mediterranean Theater, and Tournament Island, but Tournament Island is a gold map and it doesn't really come up that much, and Mediterranean Theater is similar, doesn't really come up that much either. It's also a gold map. So yeah, there's also been other maps like endgame maps, like the endgame maps with 9 players, but we're not gonna be counting those as those aren't really maps that are always here. Yeah. So so we're gonna be ranking these 7 maps that I just said. Let's start off with number and okay, just before. This is just my opinion. This is based on my personal opinion, which maps I like playing the most. This doesn't have any impact on like what the maps actually, how good the maps actually are. It's just how much I like to play them. Wow, one of our units just died there. That's amazing. Let's just set this up. Anyways, so my least favorite map, and this is gonna be controversial, is World at War, the 100-player map. You guys may be like, why? That's the most common map. And I feel I just personally don't like maps that much. I just feel like I don't like playing with big maps. I feel the game takes a really long time to end. There's a lot of stuff to do. I guess it's really complicated. Newspapers always really laggy because of like how much stuff there is. Always a lot to go by. It's a big map. It takes a lot of time to end. After you become a big country, it's gonna take a lot of time to move units around. I know lots of people like these big maps. They enjoy having so many nations and such a big map. But personally, it's just not for me. I just personally don't like it. Next, let's move on to my 6th place spot, which is gonna be 1936 Blitzkrieg. I feel it's a 10-player map, and I kind of do like smaller maps, but it's kind of like, since it's based off historic, like is historic armies, historic like kind of resources and stuff like that, historic borders. Like yes, I know this is similar to the 1936 historic world map, but here's the thing: in Blitzkrieg, it's much. If you're Germany, you're much more dominant in Blitzkrieg than you would be in historic World War, and that's because in historic World War, France and the UK, Italy are much more powerful, as they have their African colonies, they have their Asian colonies, like France and UK do. They have those navies, they have more resources. But here it's just the European stuff, in which the UK and France aren't that strong compared to those other maps. And Germany, I feel it's so easy for Germany to win. If you give a good if you give Germany a good player, they should win the game. Unless a whole lines turns up on them. I feel it's really easy to dominate map if you get the good kind of nations. And yeah, I just don't like that much. 5th place, let's go back to America Homefront. Yeah, so I'm gonna be playing America Homefront 5th and Pacific Conquest 4th. Another pretty similar 50-player maps, not the biggest. I think I just like Pacific Conquest because it's like 2 different kind of games, I'd say. Because it's really split. That's the first part and the second part. The early game is just trying to conquer your own country. As it's split into the Asian continent and the American continent, you kind of have to like it's kind of 2 different types sectors. It's like you need to try and conquer your own continent first, and then you try to build up a navy and cross continentally invade. That's what usually happens. I kind of like the naval aspect of the game. I like the cross continental warfare. That's why I put it above American Front, where everything's in the same spot. I feel since there's not too much land and there's not too many countries, the game ends a bit quicker than the Pacific Conquest would, and much quicker than the World at War. And I feel it's a bit more fast paced with sometimes how congested the countries are. But I still kind of have a kind of favoritism towards Pacific Conquest. So I'm gonna be ranking that one fourth. That one fourth, and America Home from fifth. Although, again, to be fair, they're kind of tied. So honestly, let's just say they're tied. And they're both in that fourth and fifth. Let's go into the top three. Third place, we're gonna be playing Road to War, the 10-player map. The reason I like it is because it's really fast paced. Everyone's equal. Everyone's equal amount of armies, equal amount of viewers, equal everything, and it's really fast paced. So the games end really quickly. So if you're looking for a game that you don't want to last too long, you just want to, quickly end. Not like it's not. You don't want to take 30, 40 days. You just want to take 10 to 15 days, something like that. I think Road to War is a pretty good map for that. It's a really quick map. I think Road to War is a more militaristic map, as it depends more on military than economic management, considering how it's only 10 countries, a smaller map, and how fast paced it is. So I feel if you're the type of guy that likes military a lot, just military warfare, you're gonna like Road to War. Second place we'll be putting Europe Clash of Nations, the map I'm on right now. Similar to Road to War, but with more players, 22 instead of the 10. Similar, but I feel it's like the OG map. It's the map you start out with. The map the most people know the most about. Just the OG map, man. It's the map the most people know the most about when they start off the game. And it's similar. It's more militaristic, but also some economic aspects. There's more countries to take over. Coalitions matter more as there's more countries. You can have some mega coalition warfare going on in this map. It's really entertaining considering the amount of countries, the amount of coalitions that happen. In this, we have three player coalitions. It's pretty entertaining. And it's the OG map. It's just the OG map, and then it's really entertaining. And it's also pretty fast paced. These games also don't last too long. But at the same time, you have to conquer a lot of nations and do a lot of hard work at the same time to get that victory. Finally, my first place spot would be Historic World War 1936. It's a completely opposite to Blitzkrieg, as I feel. I mean, they have the same theme, like historic boundaries, historic economies, historic militaries. But I feel since it's the whole world, it's much more entertaining. As there's the U.S., the full thing of the U.S. There's British, Italian, French colonies. There's Japan. There's China. There's Australia. So much more, and Germany's not that overpowered because like other countries are stronger with all their colonies and stuff. And it brings a historical. It's easier for role play. I believe. I think you can role play much easier in this. You have the whole world that you're kind of thing. Because if you want to role play in the Blitzkrieg map, you wouldn't even have Japan for the access, and the Allies will be much weaker without their colonies. But I feel Historic World War, it just does everything. It's just amazing. I just love it. Although it's probably just personal bias. So, anyways, that should be it for today's video. I know a bit of a quick one, not exactly my comment, what I do all the time, but still. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching. Be sure to like and subscribe for some more good content, and peace.